Hi campers, it's Poppy.
And Jamba.
We are excited for another day of camp and sharing with you about today's emotion, which is green, disgust.
Disgust.
Yeah, I feel like every time I see her, I use the word, I need to kind of put some emphasis like
I
disgust.
know.
Ew,
I know. I
ew.
get the feeling. Well, it's funny because in the movie In and Out, up in the control center in the brain, um, disgust in that character's job in the brain is to protect her,
Mm-hmm.
to keep her from like physically hurting herself or socially hurting herself, like
Yeah.
by taking poison or
Mm-hmm.
being like keeping her away from a poisonous person. So it's really interesting how disgust can be a tool like that.
Exactly. Because I think a lot of people think of it more as an emotion where you have a really strong, like repulsive. It's almost like trying to put a negative and a positive battery together. It
Mhm.
doesn't go, it just pushes it away.
Right.
Um, and you just have that strong negative emotion or feeling.
I know it seems like it can go both ways, right? Because it can be like if I step in dog poop, and I walk through the house and it smells and it's made a mess and it's disgusting,
Yeah.
right? So I'm
Yeah.
disgusted. Or some people like might see somebody eating a food that looks weird to them or smells different than they're used to because it's not food that their family cooks and makes or their culture eats. And they get disgusted and they'll make a face and say something disgusting. And that's actually can be hurtful,
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's
And
also, yeah,
oh,
like when people like make comments about how people look and they go, that's disgusting. Well, maybe that's their style.
yeah, yeah. Or it's something that they can't help with, or maybe they didn't have a great haircut that time. Sometimes it's things that we can control and things that we can't, and other people that maybe we just really don't like at that moment.
Yeah. And some of us have been told we look disgusting because of our burns and our scars.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we know that's not true. We just know we look different.
Exactly, exactly. And that's a great word, different, because like you were saying, when you might see somebody at school that's eating something that you maybe smells weird and looks weird, it's actually different. But to that person, it's something that they like, it's something that maybe brings them joy and comfort. And
Mhm.
so sometimes you want to think about, hey, that's not disgusting, or that doesn't turn me off. That's something that's different.
Right. Because I can really get all those responses whenever I go out to eat pizza with friends. And I love lots of anchovies on my pizzas. And most people are going, ugh.
No,
Right.
thank you.
So what can we do when we're overwhelmed by this disgust?
Yeah, because sometimes I think for me, it's just like once you have that disgust emotion and you have a strong reaction, it just keeps snowballing and everything kind of just makes you really eh, and annoyed. So, one thing that I like to do to bring myself back to center is a little breathing exercise where you can actually use your hand and you'll take your other finger, and as you trace one finger, you'll breathe in, you'll hold for 2, then you'll breathe out, and then you'll keep doing that as you breathe and trace your whole hand all the way down to the end. And if you need to, you can do that more than once
Okay.
until you feel like you're a little bit more centered, a little bit more calm, maybe feel some other emotions that aren't as strong as disgust.
Right. And that's really cool. And there's another one that I like that is when you can do in your imagination, say if you don't have fingers or if you don't have a hand,
Yeah.
so sometimes we can't lift our hand where we are because it might just not be socially appropriate or whatever. So
Yeah.
in your brain, you can picture a box or a square, right? And you picture, I'm going to breathe
Yep.
like 3 or 4 breaths in as I go along the top of the box. Then I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to hold my breath 3 or 4 seconds on the going down. Then I'm going to breathe out 3 or 4. And then I'm going to hold it again 3 or 4. Then I'm going to breathe in. And you just keep going and going until you feel like a reset and a calming effect. So
Yeah.
those are cool. Those are a couple breathing exercises. There's also something you can do in your brain. And I know the Phoenix Society has this thing called steps, right? And this
Yeah.
is when we're like either feeling triggered by something or we're feeling disgusted by something or uncomfortable. by something in a social situation, right? So it's called
Yeah.
steps, and you picture steps, and the bottom of the steps is the S. So the words go in this way. And so the S is for self-talk. What are you saying to yourself in your head about what's happening?
Yeah.
The
Because you
T
want to
in the
be
step,
positive, right?
right, something positive,
Yeah.
something you believe about yourself that's positive, or
Hmm.
something positive about that situation. And then the T is tone of voice. Can you have a friendly or in a more enthusiastic tone of voice, or negative and disgusted tone of voice?
Yeah.
The other one is eye contact. You know, are your eyes friendly? Are you looking people in the eyes?
Hmm.
That's the E. Posture. Are your shoulders back? How are you holding yourself?
Yep.
Do you feel and look confident?
Yeah.
That's the P for posture. And then S is for smile. So can you smile?
Yep.
So the steps can sometimes give you that reset too when it's a social situation that's awkward, that you feel
Exactly.
the green in.
Yeah. I love it. And we are just so excited that you've taken some time out to review this emotion with us and learn some tools that you can use. And we just hope that all of you have a wonderful day and enjoy all the activities that our Champ Camp family have planned for you, and have a great day.
Have an awesome day at camp. Awesome. Hang loose.